RNA used to be thought as a way station between DNA and proteins, but turns out it can affect gene expression. Double-stranded RNA folded back on itself can silence genes, and scientists tested the double-stranded RNA effect by feeding the larvae of honeybees one meal. It was supposed to be used as a control, meaning supposed to have absolutely no effect. Over the next several weeks, that one meal changed the expression of over 1,400 genes, 10% of the genome that is known in the honeybee, causing changes in all sorts of systems that are vital for health. They also feed double-stranded RNA to mice, change the gene expression in the liver. It works with insects and with mammals. All it has to do is link up with the corresponding code along with the DNA, then possibly silence the gene. It connects to many different areas, so the concern is that if we eat double-stranded RNA already, it could potentially hook up with our own DNA silence or changing our DNA expression. They don't have a regulatory system that's capable of evaluating the impact of products that uses double-stranded RNA. This serious concern, the potential to actually reprogram human gene expression, the US government allows apples and potatoes on the market with double-stranded RNA technology. Meaning, if we eat the apple or potato, it may reprogram our genes, and the reason why is because if you slice that apple, it won't turn brown. So for the economic advantage of a non-browning apple or potato, humans are at risk of food aesthetics. It could be 18 days old, shriveled, and still not be browning, so it loses a lot of nutritional content for the pre-sliced market. We need to eliminate GMOs from food. Releasing a product in infant science into the food supply environment where it cannot be recalled is entirely irresponsible. Chemical companies are exposing us to a toxic soup, and their purpose is to sell more chemicals, as chemicals weaken the host, becoming more susceptible to more parasites. Parasites create chemicals into the body that make the host weaker and more susceptible to that parasite. There are two types of parasites. Parasites that disintegrate the host and parasites that concretize the host or mineralized imposters, basically hardening the host down. Today is more than calcification, hardening part of the arteries, hardening of our heart, hardening of our pineal gland. That's a parasitical interaction. Go back to the way nature has done it. Have a biodiverse environment. Unfortunately, we are all living in a toxic environment, being constantly exposed to chemical-laden foods. Toxicity is almost impossible to avoid, which means that our digestive system and liver can easily become overwhelmed. We are designed to continuously and naturally remove toxins from the body. Toxins can be divided into two categories: water-soluble and fat-soluble. Water-soluble toxins are easily flushed out of the body via the blood and kidneys. However, the fat-soluble toxins are more challenging. These fat-soluble toxins include pesticides, preservatives, food additives, heavy metals, pollutants, plastics, and other environmental chemicals. They need to become water-soluble for the body to be able to eliminate them entirely. The liver is crucial in this process. These toxins find their way from the liver to the blood, fat cells, and brain, where they can store for years, leading to degeneration and oxidation, free radical damage. Having a balanced digestion, stress levels, and detoxification pathways, the storage of these harmful toxins and chemicals in our bodies can be prevented. Toxins create bloating, breast swelling, and tenderness during the menstrual cycle, holding extra weight around the belly, hypersensitivities, skin irritations or itching, joint stiffness, swollen hands and feet, elimination concerns, and occasional headaches. Normally, the neutralization of toxins absorbed into the lymph is performed by immune-boosting white blood cells in over 500 plus lymph nodes in the lymphatic system. Optimal bile flow from the liver is extremely important for health, as the bile gobbles up fats and acts as the great immune system responder in the digestive tract. It will gobble up heavy metals, parasites, pesticides, bacteria, and numerous other chemicals that can harm our body. Plenty of fiber in our diet takes the heavy loaded bile to the toilet. However, if the diet is deficient in fiber, up to 94% of the bile gets reabsorbed back into the liver to be recycled along with its toxins. Therefore, the liver can become overwhelmed as it is not expecting the return of these toxic fat cells. The liver can become congested over time in the bile and can turn thick and sludgy, making it more difficult to break down the fat-soluble toxins, as it will be unable to buffer the stomach acids that start to enter the small intestine. The acid irritates the intestinal villi, grass-like mucous membranes, and leads to a production of more congestive reactive mucus. This can also block the flow of pancreatic enzymes into the small intestine, and since the pancreas shares the common bile duct with the gallbladder, and if the flow is blocked or sluggish, the digestive process can be compromised. It is important to learn that the integrity of the digestive system, the lymph and bile flow, is the most important factor in the fat burning and detox process. Wheat, dairy, and soy foods are heavy, hard to digest, and high mucus content foods. The gluten can irritate the intestinal wall and stimulate the production of even more reactive mucus if there is already an excess of mucus in the gut. And the gluten was not properly broken down in the stomach and upper small intestine. If you experience occasional constipation or loose stool, it may be a symptom that your detoxification and assimilation pathways are compromised. You may need to avoid certain foods or eat certain foods to maintain regular elimination. If you feel that a heavy or high fat content meal just sits in your stomach, or you get nauseous or experience pain after that meal, it's a sign that your bile flow is compromised and you are likely storing toxic fats. These are certain foods that are extremely beneficial in cleansing your liver and restoring its proper function, including garlic, grapefruit, beets, carrots, green tea, green leafy vegetables, apples, olive oil, avocados, alternative grains, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, bok choy, arugula, Brussels sprouts, collards, watercress, radishes, lemons, limes, walnuts, and turmeric. Hexane is in a wide spread of foods, veggie burgers, meat alternatives, nutritional bars, and other natural foods. Hexane is a byproduct of gasoline refining. It is a neurotoxin and a hazardous air pollutant. Soybean processors use it as a solvent and are hazardous, extracting oil from soybean, and a necessary step to making conventional soy oil and protein ingredients. Whole soybean are literally bathed in hexane to separate the soybean's oil from protein. Hexane is used to extract these oils, causing damage to the nervous system. It is a synthetic process that is highly explosive petroleum byproduct of gasoline refining and is a hazardous air pollutant. Babies fed infant formula experience watery, explosive diarrhea, vomiting, and other side effects. These oils are not approved in organic foods, and as an ingredient, it is a violation of the government's organic regulation. Canola oil is a refined cooking oil that goes through intensive processing with chemical solvents, steamers, neutralizers, dewaxers, bleach, and deodorizers before it ends up in the bottle. It is most often extracted with neurotoxin hexane, and some hexane residue can remain in the oil. Canola oil is extracted from rapeseed plant that has been bred to have lower levels of toxic uric acid, which causes heart damage. Conventional farmers began genetically engineering rapeseed to be resistant to herbicides, and now almost all canola crops are GMO and contain trans fat. Carrageenan. For decades, most organic food companies considered the seaweed-based natural food additive to be safe, but the research was suppressed about it being a potential inflammatory agent, including higher rates of colon cancer, a carcinogen, and it is approved on the national list for use in organics. Avoid highly processed plant-based beverages as they are extracted by seeds or grain in water.
Plant-based beverages rarely contain just plant compounds mixed with water. Instead, numerous additives, including synthetic vitamins, minerals, sweeteners, preservatives, gums, and thickeners, are added to the beverage. Many of these additives improve the mouthfeel or taste of the beverage, making it more palatable to consumers. Some of these additives are associated with digestive inflammation, cancer, and diabetes. Some have sugar content comparable to soft drinks, even though they are marketed as healthy. Common types are soy milk, coconut milk, almond milk, cashew milk, flax milk, rice milk, and oat milk. They vary widely in their nutritional composition and often include the inflammatory emulsifier carrageenan. Most of these soy and grain-based beverages are conventionally made with cheap imported materials. Common ingredients found in many brands are tricalcium phosphate, dipotassium phosphate, potassium citrate, calcium carbonate, vitamin E acetate, high oleic sunflower oil, zinc oxide, folic acid, B12, vitamin A, B2, D2, salt, vitamin E, xanthan gum, guar gum, sunflower lecithin, soy lecithin, tapioca starch, natural flavors, natural colors, sugar, coconut cream, MSG, pea protein, and rice protein. Natural flavors. These are flavors made from a mixture of chemicals derived from anything in nature. The only difference between natural and artificial flavor is that the natural flavors come from substances found in nature. Natural flavors are used to make fake foods taste real. Every flavor may contain up to 100 ingredients, including synthetic chemicals, propylene glycol as a solvent, and the preservative BHA, GMO-derived ingredients, and excitotoxins such as MSG. Iridation does not change the taste and texture or appearance of food. Food iridation is the application of ionizing radiation to food, a technology that improves safety and extends the shelf life of foods by reducing or eliminating microorganisms and insects, like pasteurizing milk and canning fruits and vegetables. Preservation that destroys or inactivates organisms that cause spoilage and decomposition, extending the shelf life of food. It destroys important insects in or on tropical fruits, inhibiting sprouting, example potatoes, and delays ripening of fruits to increase longevity. Iridation can be used to sterilize foods, which can then be stored for years without refrigeration. Sterilized foods are used in hospitals for patients including eggs, shellfish, crustaceans, example lobsters, shrimp, and crab, and mollusks, example oysters, clams, mussels, and scallops. Fruits and vegetables, seeds for sprouting, example alfalfa sprouts, spices, and seasonings. Avoid aluminum containing foods such as commercial salt, baking powder, and antacids. Do not use aluminum cookware or deodorants containing aluminum. Avoid food packaged in aluminum foil and cooking directly on or in aluminum pots and pans. Avoid canned, sprayed, waxed, and irradiated fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables supply vitamins, minerals, and, when fresh, enzymes to aid in digestion. Modern canning methods turn vibrant and healthy fruits off the vine into pasteurized dead fruits and vegetables that are suspended either in an acidic brine of white vinegar or in unhealthy sugary syrup. Avoid genetically modified foods, GMOs. They are found most in soy, canola, and corn products. Avoid artificial food additives, especially MSG, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, and aspartame. They are neurotoxins. Most soups, sauces, and broth mixes and commercial condiments contain MSG, monosodium glutamate, even if not indicated on the label. BHA and BHT are potentially carcinogenic preservatives, as well as potassium sorbate and artificial flavoring. Even artificial coloring is carcinogenic. Soy foods.
Soy lecithin and other soy products are hormone disruptors. Soybean has been used mostly as soybean oil, which is found in most products labeled as vegetable oil, margarine, or shortening. The soy protein left over from soy oil extraction originally was fed exclusively to animals, poultry, and more recently, farmed fish. The problem is that animals can consume only so much soy before developing serious reproductive and other health problems. The soy industry started marketing these byproducts of soybean oil production to people. A product of the Industrial Revolution, soy gave food technologists an opportunity to develop cheap meat substitutes. The unhealthiest modern soy food products are manufactured using high-tech processes. They include ready-made foods such as soy sausages, soy burgers, chicken-like soy patties, packaged soy milk, protein powders, energy bars, veggie burgers, low carbohydrate pastas, and chilies, as well as countless foods containing soy protein isolate, soy protein concentrate, and texturized vegetable protein. Soy lecithin, a loophole in the organic standards, allows manufacturers to use the hexane extracted conventional lecithin in organic foods. Avoid products containing protein powders, as they usually contain carcinogens formed during processing, and consumption of protein without the cofactors occurring in nature can lead to deficiencies, especially of vitamin A. Snack bars. Misleading market practices by food industry giants market candy-like snacks and energy bars as wholesome and nutritious. Most include conventional ingredients and made with organic ingredients, which is a loophole that contain protein isolates, sweetener syrups, flours instead of whole food ingredients, gums, and synthetic preservatives, colors, or flavorings. With the exception of certified organic bars, many products add ingredients processed with the neurotoxin solvent hexane. Avoid alcohol, as it has high calorie content and toxic effects on the liver and does not support weight loss efforts. Alcohol is considered a carbohydrate, but your body processes it differently from other carbohydrates. Made from fermented wheat, barley, grapes, or potatoes, alcohol contains 7 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram for general carbohydrates. The human body treats alcohol as a toxin. The liver processes alcohol calories before all others in attempt to clean the toxins from the bloodstream. As other calories wait, the body senses arising calories and stores many of them away in fat cells. Alcohol is the worst beverage to drink when trying to control the amount and types of carbohydrates in your diet. Use only unpasteurized organic wine or beer in strict moderation with meal. As an alternative, drink health-promoting lacto-fermented beverages such as kombucha, kefir, old-fashioned ginger beer, herbal teas, mushroom-enhanced lattes, and pure structured water. Stop caffeine. For 1 cup of coffee, you need 5 cups of water equivalent, and it can inhibit the white blood cells. Use only natural food-based supplements or superfoods. Avoid synthetic vitamins and foods containing them. Ingest supplements with meals. Avoid compressed tablets. Capsules are easily digestible and can be removed if desired. Do not use a microwave oven. Cook only in stainless steel, cast iron, glass, or good quality enamel. Other materials such as Teflon, aluminum, and plastic are reactive. Heat and acids will leach particles of them into your food. Stainless steel is reactive under certain conditions, and cast iron should not be used with acidic foods that react with the iron. Glass or good quality enamel pans are non-reactive and will not pollute your food. Use non-toxic skincare and makeup products. Homemade personal care products made with herbs, essential oils, beeswax, bentonite clay, butters, and skin-friendly oils are much better for you than conventional products. Oral care products commonly include non-essential ingredients that may be harmful to health. Dangerous endocrine disruptors, inflammatory agents, and carcinogens are found in many popular toothpastes. Stop statin pharmaceutical drugs. Beware of mold. Mold waste is penicillin acid.